trying to link up. So much we got synced up. Pulled up in the dinged up whip. This ain't Pepto-Biz with this pink. I was shaking, going hit me on the celly. Try to sell me on something while I heard it compelling. Ever since I've been gone like Kelly, they been trying to tell me about this and that. I ain't chatting with you, we ain't going tit for tat. Trying to tell me how to get in the bag. We're going to get in the bag, I'm about to get in it. I'm like, automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Taken about 7 yards deep. They had no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Brissett to throw on first. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Looking deep for Hilton. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead.
For the extra point.
Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2. End zone.
And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the first carry, and now the Cook. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled at the 30.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
The ball carrier.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. A 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Aldrich Rosas lining
They
up.
give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. On the return, Tremont Smith. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They begin with a quick throw out left. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Complete.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
14.
Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Viking ball carrier.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings.
Cousins.
Justin Jefferson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings have made this now a 1-score game. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Check 50, check 50.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. A call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
Let's see what you got. Right there, 54, right there. Hey, kill.
From the gun, here's Brissett. That's into the hands of Pascal. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, but I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were, and so possession will remain with Indy. They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 52.
Out of the gun, Brissett. And he's got his man, Hilton. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now the first carry from Marlon Mack. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
At their own 36-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14-7.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play fake, Cousins. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Isaiah McKenzie that time, but now it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw is Cousins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
To Adam
Thielen with his first catch, and it's a 1st down.
I don't care how you look at it, how you cut it, how you parse it. Adam Thielen continues to be an absolute marvel, coming from where he did Division III football to being one of the top receivers in the NFL. But it's going to be vital for the Vikings in 2020 to keep number 19 on the field, especially since he lost his old running mate Stephon Diggs to the Buffalo Bills. And a hamstring injury last year really held his numbers in check. His lowest receiving yardage since 2015. Look for another breakout from Adam Thielen after plays like that.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go play action. Cousins. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown.
Isaiah McKenzie, 43 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
23-yard line.
Second down at 5. To throw is Brissett. His throw incomplete. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Brissett again. And the catch made by Hilton. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Number 13. It's a game.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
At the 43-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Brings up 3rd.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. To throw, Brissett. He's got Burton here. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. To throw again on 2nd down. Brissett take it in by Pascal out left. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
3. Now 3rd and 5.
Take it in by the tight end Doyle. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a 1st down. First down, Brissett. They shakes him off. Forced out to his left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
First down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Ball carrier.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
And 2.
Check 31, check 31. Check the backer, check the backer.
So that'll back him up 5. Not ideal there. That delay of game backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on 3rd down. Brissett now. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Aldrick Rosas for the field goal attempt. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Rosas' kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. That drive just seemed to go for an eternity. I could kind of hear our sponsor saying, hey, we need to get our product pushed here. And then it ends in a field goal.
Yeah, how about that? Not enough time for product placement, but plenty of time to get 3 points out of the deal. I know that the guys on defense, though, they wanted to get those products out there. They wanted to stop that drive, just weren't able to do so.
5-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Lets it fly for Thielen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Cousins pass intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be from 56 yards out. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And that going to hit in the end zone as we restart things here in the second half with a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 3 yards on that last run, so here is 2nd and 7 from the 28. And the play clock becoming an issue, so Mike Zimmer's forced to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. 2nd down and 7. Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On first down, it's Cook. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook, and he's got this down to the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Taken down.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Again, it's McCoy. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
And it's third down.
Cousins to throw it. And it's caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Touchdown.
Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
On the return is Hines. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Hines on the return. The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what. Now the ball comes loose, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Now Brissett. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. So the opening drive of this third quarter, they're trying to set the tone for the second half.
And without a doubt, they did exactly that. I've known coaches who have said the first 5 minutes of each half are so important to do exactly what you said, which is set the tone. I've also heard coaches talk about the first 5 plays. Let's go out and be aggressive right off the top. That's exactly what they did.
For Zach Pascal, incomplete. It's 4th down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taken in at the 22. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
17.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
Ball carrier.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
3rd down.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. On 3rd down, Cousins. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Running for it, here's Cook. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now Cook. It was Matthew Adams who got him down on the defensive side.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
No gain on the play. And it brings up third down.
Throwing, Cousins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Corey Willis. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
At the 38-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Let's go. Let's go. The ball come to me. I'm trying to take it to the...
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On play action, Brissett. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Vinny Curry, the defensive end, got there off the edge. Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Brissett. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take a long time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. And another timeout taken by the Colts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Cook. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They run it again with Cook. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And they take a knee. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Vikings, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans.